Abyss's TNA Wrestling return was a great way to give the character closure. So TNA Wrestling has rubbed a lot of professional wrestling fans and pro wrestlers the wrong way with how they're conducting business, and it is a very frustrating thing to see. But another thing that's frustrating about TNA is when they do something right, they can actually knock it out of the park if need be. And a prime example of that was the return of Abyss to TNA Wrestling to talk to his former manager, Father James Mitchell, at the TNA Rebellion show. Now, his appearance was teased on Impact, but this is continuing the story of Father James Mitchell and going through these trials and seeing these past ghosts, so to speak. One of them being Abyss, who, if you know the history with Abyss, it's very up and down. It's very similar to Kane and Big Show, where, yes, he's a dominating monster, but the storylines were kind of wacky sometimes. And the way that James Mitchell reacts to Abyss, just the emotion he puts on his face and his performance, is very well done, and apologizing for Abyss for everything he put him through, but Abyss says, "Don't be sorry, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be where I am today." It was a nice way to tie a bow on the Abyss character in TNA, because as we all know, Joseph Park works for WWE as a producer, and there's no in-ring return in the card, so it was nice to see him in TNA just to get closure, and he was very appreciative of that as well. It was a nice use of nostalgia while pushing an ongoing story on TNA Wrestling, and that's kind of the boat that TNA Wrestling's always in. When they can do something right, they'll do something right, but it's a lot of frustration along the way.